baby. You are just the most good baby. Luna. Cool. Oh my gosh. Good girl. Good girl. You're such a sweet young lady. That's a good girl. That's a nice girl. I'm sorry. My good girl. Almost done. One pause. Amazing. Amazing. That's a good girl. That's alright. That's a good girl. Good girl. Who is my good girl? Good girl. Nicely done. Good girl. Very nicely done. One more. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. No. Yes. That's alright. Very nice, young lady. That's a good girl. That's a very good Luna. Good girl. Amazing. Good. Good. This is the worst nail so far. Every time I try to play it out, she starts to think about throwing away. That's why I'm still here. Great.
Yeah, good girl. Not terrible for the first session, huh?
No, not terrible.
We'll get
It's
it on
fair,
the...
though. It's fair, and I'm teaching her the mentality to have and the energy to carry. Good. Good. Because she doesn't like it, but she's not afraid of it like a lot of dogs. I don't see a whole lot of fear. She just doesn't want it to be done necessarily. But she let us do it. Good girl. She did let us do it. Yeah. I'm just getting to know her again. She's been really good with these guys. She's kind of happy-go-lucky, kind of girl.
Pushy.
She's pushy, entitled, like all, a lot of dogs come in like that. All that stuff. Very sweet. Good girl. And she just let us do the nails, which is great. Okay. One thing that I did before I did the nails to give me some leverage so that, maybe it looked a lot easier than maybe it does at home. Because first thing I did, I noticed that she was crazy and she was playing with these guys. And so I just opened that door up and she just bolted out, which is a no-no. That's been a no-no since she's been through training. You're not supposed to go through doors unless you have permission. So I just opened up the door thinking, I hope she makes this mistake so that I have a justified reason to give her a correction to remind her, right? So she goes out the door, I give her a nice firm correction, she comes back in, she settles down, she feels better than ever, like relaxed. I said, good girl, I give her a pat on the head and I introduce the Dremel. Now as I'm doing the nails, if she gives me a little kickback when I go on a low number, she just calms down and relaxes and listens because she just had a correction for running out the door. It's a little trick. I knew she needed a correction for something. Her state of mind wasn't right. It was off. It's not our standard. You see how Rick can just carry himself after I addressed him? That's the standard. She's still not even there. She's still panting and because her mind wants to wander, right? So I set her up to go out the door. She made the mistake. She got her correction. And then I got that nice state of mind that I wanted. And then I proceeded to do the nails. Now, in the contrast of that correction for going out the door, doing the nails, the actual feeling of the Dremel on the nails isn't as bad. It's like, oh, this isn't so bad, right? But every time she starts to get fussy, she feels that stim and it reminds her of the aversions that can come. That happened literally 30 seconds to a minute before. So that's one way to help her change the way she feels about this. She now feels that's not so bad. I can see her be like, oh, that's not so bad. And it's gonna get more and more like that as the sessions go on because of the juxtaposition of correction on the e-collar versus just this little vibration on your nail. This isn't so bad, okay? And she gets a whole lot of good girls.
She is silly.
She is silly. So, and it's okay for our dogs to be silly, but if we make a certain sound like I did for Wiggins, I said enough, then we want the calmness. And if we can't get her to leave this state, then she's going to be unreliable. And you know what unreliable looks like when you're living with a dog, what it feels like in your day-to-day, it's not good. So I think she's here for nails and for heel, but I think she's here for state of mind, really. Because she hasn't yet, other than after that firm correction, but I still have work to do, go into that calm state of mind after I address her, like this, watch. Let me see. Let me just give you an example. I told her, that's my sound, right? So now she's trying to butter up. I'm giving her information because it's been a little while since I've seen her. Orienting my attention away from her. See? See, she's not relaxing? So, that to me is a problem. That's an underlying problem. So I think that's why we're seeing problems with the walk and we're seeing problems with, look at Riggins right now. Look at Billy. Look at that energy, look at that state. Now look at her. She's vibrating. That's why she's here. If I say shh, right? The dogs know she knows to go into calm submission, which is what these two just went into. She's not doing that, so I have to keep addressing her, and I will, and I'll do it now and get the work done. But I just wanted to pause and put a pin in it so you guys could see this is a problem in the pack, in the way that I run things. If I shush or tell them no or disagree, I need calm submission. That's the rule. That's the standard for me to the follower. She's not giving me that, and she's kind of knows it, and I see her kind of trying to butter me up or trying to like fake it, like I look like I'm relaxing, but I'm not, and that's a problem. It's a big problem. So follow through. When we talk about follow through, we talk about post correction. So after correction, there has to be a follow through. What is that? That is me making sure that she goes into calm submission. Simply put. So that's the follow through. So if I correct the dog for something, the follow through is making sure post correction the mind goes calm and disengages in whatever we were doing. So submission. The dog will associate punishment with going into calm submission, right? Which is great. She is trying to not go into that space because they don't necessarily want to give it up, we call it. Because if they go calm submission for you, that means they're allowing you to take all the options off the table, like these two did. These two are just letting us take the options off the table. They know that they're not allowed to do anything right now until I say, okay, you can have your free will back, you can get up, you can do whatever. It's important as a human, as an owner, to be able to make a noise and the dog goes into this space and is passive. They don't try to be interactive, they just wait. They're just waiting. Well, I think we all know that's important, but we don't see that this is a problem. Now I'm going to follow through.